Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. All right. Michael Berardini
Yes, ma'am.
and Francesco Berardini.
Yes.
You are suing MoveOurStuff.com, represented here by the owner, Joe Cerbone.
Good morning, Your Honor.
For $5,000 for items of yours that you say the defendant inappropriately sold at auction when you had paid up your bill. Tell me what's going on.
About October 2010, my son was looking for a place to storage the furniture, which I bought. And a friend
You
of
bought
his...
the furniture or you paid for the storage?
Paid for the storage, I bought the furniture, bought everything.
Okay.
So we find this move stuff storage, and for some reason he fell behind paying his bill.
Your son. Why did you fall behind?
I had other bills that I was paying and just...
How far behind did you fall?
I think it was probably the total, it was like 6 months or so.
Well, how many months did you pay?
I didn't pay any months until...
Oh, you paid no months?
I paid
a total
no months.
Of no months.
No
Okay.
months.
Go on.
So finally we have a phone call from Joe saying that my son owns $900. My son says, well, let me call my father and maybe he can help me. So I called Joe and I said, listen, can we make some deal? He goes, yeah, why not? But I want you tomorrow to come and pay me. I said, well, if I get there, I get there. Otherwise, it's got to be a Monday. Finally, I went there Monday with a friend of mine. He was on a cell phone. I said, Joe, I'm here to pay you money, $600, pay in full. He was going to waive the late fee. But he's on the phone. He's not too happy to see me. I don't understand. And he's still on the cell phone. He gives me a receipt in the car.
Can I see the receipt?
Yeah.
All right. And then what's supposed to happen after that?
Okay, so I says to him, I says, excuse me, but where's my stuff? Can I see? He goes, no, yeah, I said, well, I want to get a truck and I want to take the stuff home. He goes, no, I don't want you to spend that kind of money. I'm in Yonkers twice a week. So the first chance I get, I'll send it down.
Is that how that happened?
No, Your Honor, it's not at all.
Did you ever agree to deliver stuff to his house?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. He was supposed to call me on that Monday to schedule delivery.
All right. And then what happened?
Never called me.
So did you call him?
Yes, Your Honor, and I have proof of the...
Okay, let me see the proof that you called him.
Sure. I have several timestamps. We notate every time we call and send emails and send invoices.
Do you have phone records?
I don't have phone records, but I have a date and time stamp for every phone call or email that was sent.
Okay, but phone records would tell me from
Yes,
the phone
Your Honor.
company,
Yes.
right? Okay. Here's an email to you, Frank. Frankie, when we last spoke, your dad was coming out here to pay for your stuff, and you promised you would have your stuff out by the following Wednesday. I've called you over 5 times now. I'm not a loan center. Call me to get your stuff out of here today, or I will not hold on to your stuff, and you will lose your money. It will be removed from our warehouse by the end of the day. If I don't, I guess it was hear from you.
I never received an email, Your Honor.
Here's the next one, a couple days later. I demand you call me today to discuss your storage. This is not a game. If I don't hear from you by Wednesday of this week, I will not hold on to your stuff any longer. And the $600 your father paid to bring you current up until last month will have been in vain.
I never received an email, Your Honor. I would
I don't
answer.
know. You don't impress me, I got to tell you.
I
mean, you're the
checked
guy who
it.
doesn't pay his bills. Dad's got to get you out of problems. You
Right.
don't even look like you're exactly on top of your game, I got to tell
I understand.
you.
No, I understand.
How old are you? How old are you?
34.
Okay. Obviously, the dad is running the 34-year-old's life when he needs to, which apparently is often. So why didn't you just call the dad? You didn't have his number?
Your Honor, no, unfortunately, I didn't have the father's number.
Why didn't you take his number that day? A little less you talk on the phone, a little more you pay attention to the problem in front of you.
Your Honor.
What is the date that you got rid of the stuff?
There's a note. We put a note when the stuff was actually thrown out.
No. Why don't you just show me the paperwork from the sale?
There was no sale, Your Honor.
Where's the stuff?
We threw his stuff out. That's what I told him was going to happen.
Oh, my
He said
goodness.
he
You actually
auctioned
threw
it
the
off.
stuff
He
out?
said he
It was, you know, when we spoke, there wasn't really stuff that was anything of any value to him, which is why he was willing to forego it and just let it go.
No, people forego it all the time because they're slack-jawed and or don't have the money. The fact that somebody doesn't pay their storage bill doesn't mean the stuff doesn't have value.
You're right, Your Honor.
According to you, what was in there? Show me the inventory of what got put in there to begin with.
I don't have an inventory because
Why don't you have an
he was
inventory?
never even there on the day of the move, Your Honor. I have unsigned paperwork. He left the money on the. He left the money on.
What? Stop. Why do you have unsigned paperwork?
Because he wasn't there on the day of the move.
What? But somebody was.
No, he wasn't.
Somebody turned stuff in.
He left money on the counter, and he
Why
wasn't.
do you let a customer leave without signing paperwork?
You know, he was never there, Your Honor. When we arrived.
Who left money on the counter? The money fairy?
No, Frankie did.
Right.
If you'd ask him, he wasn't there.
But you, a little less you're on the phone, a little more you're paying attention to the customer in front of you. You know you're supposed to get that paperwork signed.
Sure.
So then the paperwork's not signed.
Correct.
You have no contract. Now tell me about what you did when you disposed of the stuff.
We threw it out.
You just threw it out?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, did you send notice like your state requires you to?
Yes.
You sent notice by certified mail?
Not by certified mail, no.
You didn't?
No, Your Honor.
What does your state require?
State requires certified mail.
Why?
As proof, Your Honor.
Right. This is your business.
I understand, Your Honor.
Why did you not follow what your business is a heavily regulated business?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, there are rules and regulations that you guys have to follow because they want to make sure you don't do anything wrong in
Many,
your
Your
business.
Honor. Yes.
Okay. Why would you not follow what you're supposed to be following in every single one of your cases? Why did you not follow it in this one?
Based on the circumstances and the $300 discount that we gave and the time that had elapsed, I felt that the documentation that we had was proof enough to show that he had no interest in his stuff and he was just basically abusing.
How's that going to work out for you?
May not work out,
Right.
Your Honor.
If you were in another state, that would work out just fine. If you could prove that you waited a month and that he still didn't pick it up, and I believed you that he was supposed to make the arrangement, because that's usually how. Usually the world doesn't solve your problems at 34. Usually you got to show a little interest.
I know.
Okay,
I
because you're
understand.
how old
I
are
was
you,
having
sir?
some couple.
65.
You think the 65-year-old man, he should be on a beach
Absolutely.
having a margarita in Florida?
I agree 100%.
Okay?
Absolutely.
He raised his kids. Does he have kids also? Does
No,
Frankie have
no,
kids?
no.
Oh, wait, did you hear the way he said that?
Please.
You know what? Better he have kids, and at least you have some joy, right? A little joy, a little bouncing Frankie. We could, I mean, that's, I don't know. But the last thing this man needs is to be cleaning up after you. Seriously.
I know, Your Honor. I
This
understand.
cannot be your finest moment. You have to be.
Absolutely not.
All right, because you know what? Take your father out to dinner tonight.
I definitely will.
All right, but now, you listen to me.
Yes, ma'am.
This is your business. You have certain rules you got to follow. You don't follow them. What am I, as a court of law, supposed to do? What's a little rule breaking among friends? Is that what I'm supposed to do?
Understandable.
Let's talk about what you had in there. When you made this list, and what it talked about was TV, gym system,
Right,
CDs,
right,
punching bag, kitchen
right.
chair, and that came out to $2,851.
Right.
Why did that list not include bedroom furniture and living
No,
room
because
furniture?
what happened-
Dad, for once in your life, let this man fend for himself. You are an enabler. Has anybody ever told you that before?
Yeah.
Listen, look at me. I know we love our children, but at some point we are doing severe damage
Yeah,
to
I've
them.
been
if
told
we-
that so many
I
times.
know, but when are you going to do it? It's
I don't
tough
know.
love. You got to do it. If you don't do it, he'll never learn how to fend for himself.
You're
Let
right.
him lose some furniture. You know, and then once the guy loses some furniture, next time he's a little more careful about not losing furniture.
Absolutely.
By the way, why did you have to put the furniture in storage to begin with?
Because it was.
Ah!
I was moving out. I didn't.
Why
I
were
was-
you moving out? Were you getting evicted?
No, I just didn't want to stay there anymore.
What did you heard?
Your Honor, when he first contacted me, he was complaining of a lot of issues and he was getting thrown out of his apartment, Your Honor.
Okay, were you getting thrown out of the apartment?
It was a mutual agreement. He didn't want
Were
me
you
there, and I
behind
didn't
on
want to
your
be there
rent?
anymore.
Were you behind on your rent?
No, I wasn't behind on my rent. My rent was on top.
All right. You have no inventory whatsoever, so things are not looking good for you.
Correct.
You say that what was in there was furniture.
Yes, Your Honor, there were definitely no TVs in there. There was a punching bag, there was a bedroom set, and there was a couple items from the living room, but they were
Do you
all-
have receipts?
Nope.
No, I couldn't get the receipt for the.
How about the Bioforce home gym? That's a whole $1,000
I
right
I
there.
tried it. They don't
We
have
tried.
it.
They
on-
don't-
When did you buy the
I
Bioforce
bought it
home
about
gym?
three years ago.
Why would you put two TVs in there, 12-inch flat screen TV? Why would you put that in storage?
I had nowhere else to put it.
Where were you living?
With my father.
And nobody needs a new TV in there?
No.
37-inch flat screen, 12-inch flat screen?
Nope. I was just staying here, staying with him until I find another place. That's why I left it with Joe.
How long did you end up staying with your dad?
I'm still with him, actually.
Are you making him? Are you working?
Yes.
What are you doing?
I work at a pizzeria.
At what? A pizzeria?
Yeah.
You bring home pizza at least?
Absolutely.
Are you making him pay you?
No, he's not paying nothing.
Why don't you make him contribute?
That's another case because.
It's not another case.
My
Just
wife.
say- Your wife
my
won't let
mother-
you?
My mother, my wife, is a son. It's, what are you gonna do?
You know what you do? you make him contribute, and you put that money in a bank account for him.
Thank you.
But he doesn't
That's what
touch
I
it.
wanted
No,
to
but
do.
your wife is going to be listening, right? Listen to me. You make him contribute, and you put that money in a bank account for him. But he only gets it after he's on his own and has proven himself after X amount of time. That's what you do when you actually, hopefully you shouldn't have to do any of this stuff at 34. But if you are getting a late start in teaching your child to be independent, that's how you teach your child to be independent,
Thank
okay?
you, Mayor. Thank you.
Lordy, lordy. All right, folks. Well, here's what we got. We got you making some efforts to get him to do what he needs to do to protect himself. I believe that you tried to email him. The problem is that that's not good enough. And it's hard for me to feel guilty for you because you're a businessman. You're running a business. How long have you been in this business?
5 years, Your Honor.
You know darn well what you got to do. You didn't do it in many, many different regards in this case. Leads me to believe you're just as slack-jawed as he is, okay? And you're just not doing what you need to do, and there are consequences when you don't do what you need to do. The law is very explicit about it. When you don't do it the way you're supposed to do it, you're going to be responsible for the cost of the merchandise. Now, I've got you. You have given things the value that you paid for them, and that's not how it works. Things have depreciated value from being, around for 3 years, all right?
Absolutely.
So what I'm going to do is what we call a little rough justice. And based on the depreciation of the items and some things that, I think I'm being generous on, considering you don't have any receipts, I am going to order you to, and let me be very clear, if you had just done what you were supposed to do, you'd be scot-free.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because I really do believe that he just let it fall by the wayside.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, well, it doesn't do you very good, but because now I am going to make you pay these folks a total of $2,500 verdict for the